Hello and welcome to the Unity Agri-Life Services TV. This is the only TV who brings to you the major happenings in the world of agriculture. It is the first time coming across the Unity Agri-Life Services TV. I can ask you to just like, share, and subscribe to all our social media platforms. But today I will be bringing to you a special report on the major decisions from the President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Boakai Sr., who has used his executive order. And he said that there shouldn't be no robot that will be unprocessed that will leave Liberia to go to X country. President Boakai made this statement officially on the country immersion page and explaining to the Liberians in the world that there shouldn't be no company in Liberia that will export unprocessed robot to another country. That is a mind-blowing information for the agriculture industries in Liberia. It is quite welcome. It is quite obvious. We see these things happen. But today, I will be diving into some of the major informations that our farmers, our investors, our contributors, and our partners who are investing in agriculture in Liberia, especially for the rubber industries in our country. We'll tell you the importance of coming up with this executive statement and some of the challenges it will cause in the rubber industries in our country, and what will be the next outcome of what his executive order have to do with our local farmers, our local rubber farmers in Liberia. So guys, this is the only TV that will brings the major happenings in the world of agriculture. Today we are here to bring another mind-blowing information to you on agriculture. So, I will really like you to do this as a favor for you and just let everything we supposed to let it be acquainted that we bring the major happenings in agriculture. And that is what I offer. I only offer bringing major happenings on agriculture. The President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Boakai Sr., officially made his executive statement on the exportations of robots in Liberia. On that statement, he make mention of some things that is quite interesting, that is quite mind-blowing, that is quite essential for the development of Liberia. And he made this statement, but let us dive into it. The statement made by the president said that every robot that is made or is planted or is produced in Liberia should be processed in Liberia before exportation. What it means? It means that if you are a rubber tapper, if you are a planter of rubber, or a producer of rubber, or a company who is involved in the production of rubber, before you can export the rubber, which means you have to take it to another country, you have to process it. What is processing? Processing is a process in which you have to take it from the raw state and improve it to a finished status. Let's say, for instance, you go to the rubber trees and you collected the agriculture things is latex. the liquids you get from there is the latest from the rubber trees. You have to take that rubber, you have to take the latest to the processing factories for it to be processed. That after the processing, it can be used to make other secondary goods like tire, shoes, slippers, or rubber digits. All of these things are made from this. So the president said that if you are a company that you operate in Liberia, before you export any rubber from Liberia, you should add value to that rubber before it leaves his country. That is executive order. If you let, you work with it. If you don't let, you leave the country. That is a statement he is giving to the rubber or industries, the rubber investors, the business people that are involved in rubber in our countries, even the local farmers, the local rubber farmers in our country. These are the statements the president is giving to you. So let me get your view, let me get your comment, on the comment section to see what you think of. The president said if you are a local farmer, investors, a business personnel in Liberia who are involved in the production of rubber, you should process that rubber before it be exported to other countries. What do you think? Do it make sense to you, or will it create or problems for your business operation? So as a media team, I thought it very wise to bring it to the public attention. It's obvious that we always celebrate the executive order, which of course I'm in 100% or favor of this statement or this order from the executive mansion state and from the president of the Republic of Liberia, or Joseph Newman Boyka, who made this statement. Is quite obvious. The reason you see Boyka has made this statement is that he is wanting to empower his country, Liberia. Because if every country, if every import or producers of rubber can process this rubber right in Liberia, it creates a lot of economic benefits to the country. So let us dive in some of these economic benefits that this rubber this rubber processes will create for Liberia. One has to do with job creation. Every time Liberians complain that there's no job. So if the producers of rubber are processing this rubber in Liberia, it creates more jobs for a lot of industries. It creates jobs for farmers. It creates jobs for agriculture students. It creates jobs for agriculture professors and teachers. It creates jobs for the local economists. It creates jobs for the transport services. And it creates jobs for the industry setup. That is a huge job creation change. That if everyone work with the executive order, I think Liberia will move at a transition race where we see that agriculture will move somewhere. That executive order was quite obvious that the president just made, and I think it's quite important that everybody work with that. Everybody, if you don't want to work with that executive order, you should leave. You should leave the Liberia agriculture industries. It's not forced. You can pack your then belongings and leave the Liberia agriculture industries and leave it with people who wants to work with it. And Mr. President, I just want to make these things very clear and simple to you. You have made this executive order, which I am appreciating you for. I'm actually appreciating you for that timely executive order, but there should be a criteria that you put into place that it will not hinder the local farmers. Because for me, I believe in my local farmers. My local farmers don't have money, have the financial capacity to be able to establish a processing facility. The local farmers don't have the money to be able to pay transportations to take it to a far or nearby processing center. The local farmers cannot be able to wait for 3 to 4 months after they have tapped their latest to give it to companies for them to pay them back. Mr. President, you are coming up with a very strategic, smart, elegant, or decision that will help and boost the rubber industries of our country. But there should be some strong policies that you put into place. I saw one of the policies you put into place that if any of this or executive order bring any companies or individuals that go against it, they will be paying 50,000 United States dollar fine. That is one of the brilliant ideas that if the companies go against this executive order, they should pay without compromising anything and make sure, trust me, I will make sure and follow this to the fullest that this policy is being met. I will make sure on this channel and bring to my audience the happenings, the executive order the president has gave. I will make sure to do my best and bring everything to the public to see what is happening in the Liberia agriculture and the rubber industries. You have come up with this plan. That plan shouldn't subsidize our local farmers, Mr. President. That shouldn't be your plan. One of the reason you see I'm saying this is that come up with this plan. At times, if you don't put up in proper policy, it will hinder the local farmers in a sense that Liberia, we don't have more industries or factories that is processing robots. And if you look at statistics, most of the rubber productions in Liberia are made from the local farmers. To 70%, 70 to 80% of the rubber productions in Liberia are made from the local farmers. And if you are coming up with this executive statement, where do you think this local farmer will take their produce? To those big companies, this company, if you don't set a proper policy, a proper pricing policy, it will hinder our local farmers. That is my plan. That is my vision. That you should set a proper policy that our local farmers cannot be hindered in this process. Our local farmers cannot draft in, they cannot be able to draft out of this business, the rubber business in our countries, because you are trying to create a job. Mr. President, come up with those brilliant ideas. I think it's now time that the Liberian government should strongly work and establish its own factories that local farmers can be able to take their produce, but don't depend on these foreign companies to purchase our Liberia, our local farmer or robot. They will not treat them very well. These are things that the big companies do in Liberia. They don't pay proper money for the local farmers. And now you are coming up with that executive order. It's now times that Liberia government built at least 2 to 3 industries, processing industries, in some of the countries that's very rich in rubber production. Like Bon County, Nima County, Lofa County, and even Magibi counties. These are counties that produce more rubber. So if you can build this 4 factories, processing factories for this or communities, I think you will solve this rubber production problems, and it will create a lot of jobs for Liberians. But don't depend on these foreign companies for them to purchase the local farmers market. They will create a serious issues where they will take this local farmer or products for a very low prices, in a sense that they'll create the system. So, Mr. President, I just appealing to you on behalf of the farmers, the local farmers in Liberia, that you have come up with the policy. Just create that industries. Just create 2 to 3 industries for processing of robot that the government is fully involved in this process. And the government have a strong pricing system for the local farmer, for the farmer to be very strong, to be able, even if you can start developing these things, the farmer will even be able to or corporate come together as or corporations to establish their own factories. But now they don't have that financial capacity. They are not financially or well-being. They are not financially equipped to be able to establish factories because it's quite costly to establish factories in any country, especially for our country, Liberia. So I appeal to the government, to the national government, that they should establish a factory that will assist the local farmers. I cannot, I say on this media for life and for real, that I cannot I cannot trust any foreign country, foreign companies that is in Liberia. I'm not here to promote any company, but I will say it. I cannot trust any foreign rubber companies that is operating in Liberia to be able to purchase our local farmers rubber produce for them to get money. Mr. President, you have come up with very great ideas. You working with the Ministry of Agriculture. So I think Minister Elizana Nuta Tape, it is time you work very tirelessly. It is time to take the breading of the president's executive order because that is your role, that is your key role to play as an agriculture minister. You have to do that. You have to give that advice to the president that, Mr. President, you have come up with very brilliant ideas. But our farmers is our main focus. Our local farmers are our main target. What we need to do for them is that we need to establish 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 agriculture factories, processing factories that will assist them. Because for the foreign agriculture or for the foreign rubber or companies in Liberia, they don't treat they don't treat our local farmers well. They treat our local farmers very badly, and that is not a good practice. So for us to improve Liberia agriculture, the rubber factories, the rubber industries, we all have to work in hands to implement these policies the president has come up with. The local farmers don't need to work with the Ministry of Agriculture to see how best these policies can work in the interest of you people. Because you people are my hope. You people are my focus. Because if you people succeed, I think that I'm succeeding. If you people succeed in Liberia, I think I'm succeeding. Because that is the reasons I established this channel for you people to succeed. I don't want to see foreign countries coming to take over Liberia agriculture. It's now. It has happened ever since. But the time is now to do the right thing. Liberia agriculture industries belongs to Liberians. Liberia agriculture industries belongs to Liberians. If the foreigners are coming to invest in our country, they should work with us. They should pass through us, and we should we should have that 90% share within that establishment. So, Minister, I continue to tell you, the president, the president idea is very flexible. It's very brilliant. It's very welcoming, but it will only be bad when the implementation is not met. I will take the media and inform you. Today, I'm talking in favor of the president, in favor of the Ministry of Agriculture. But if I just see that our local farmers are being maltreated in this executive order, the media will take. I say this as a statement that, Mr. President, this is your time. These are your farmers. Your farmers need your help. These are things we cry for. If you are coming up with a policy, that it be actionable. It shouldn't just be mere paper. We tired with that mere paper. Since 1847, our forefather come, they sign the paper, they bring all the policy. The policies has not been met. Now we need a actionable policy, a action-driven policy that will help us to move Liberia agriculture forward. Thank you for following our TV and thank you for your time. I will continue to highlight the major happenings in the world of agriculture. I am your normal presenter for today. Have a good day.